I I wanted so badly to lay down on the couch next to her, to wrap her in my arms and just sleep. Not fuck like in the movies, but just not even have sex, just sleep. But I lacked courage, and she had a boyfriend. I was gawky, and she was gorgeous, and I was hopelessly boring. She was endlessly fascinating. So I went back to my room, collapsed on the bottom bunk, thinking that if people would rain, I was a drizzle, and she was a hurricane. Hey people, Sean here. I want to talk to you guys today about insecurities and bad vibes and all that stuff. I'll start off with what just happened. That was a paragraph from a book that I'm not sure about yet what it was. When I find it, and I will find it because it sounds like a good book. Somewhere down there, I'll put the title. The second I finished filming, I realized what book it was. It was Looking for Alaska by John Green, which I have yet to read. But even just thinking about it, I was like, is that John Green's book? Let me see. It's John Green's book. So, yeah, that's what book it is. And so, how that ties into insecurities. Last night, I was talking with the boyfriend, and we were joking about me making characters for. I'm making characters for Dungeons and Dragons campaign that I want to run, because I will be the dungeon master. Nerd alert. So yeah, and I want to make these characters, and as I'm creating them, I'm giving them voices and mannerisms and appearances and all these things, just so it makes the whole role playing really fun for all the people involved. And I was talking about I wasn't sure if I wanted to give them either English accents or like a country accent, or I wasn't one of those I'm going to play on. And he kindly let me know that that my English accent was really bad. That he thought it was really bad. And he's my boyfriend. He's not in the business of making me feel bad just to jive on me. So I was like, oh, okay. And I guess that throughout my when I was in high school, you guys might have heard, I was a part of the Renaissance Festival, and I got a lot of praise on my English accent that I have, because I'm not English or anything. It's just something I built up. Like in middle school, I had an English phase, and I watched a lot of BBC, so I got it from there. And I guess when he said that, it really tugged on a few insecurities, and I was like, I was never insecure. People tell me, I have a bad accent. But who tells me I have a bad accent? Why would I ever feel bad about that? But it kind of tugged on some things in that I feel like, since it was such a thing people praised me for in high school, and in the Renaissance Festival, people praised me for it, that now I guess I never noticed it, but it's like this underlying layer of my self-esteem, which is very, eye-opening. So one thing, tell me what you guys thought about that on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being, that was horrible, never do it again, and 10 being, are you sure you're not English? Yeah. And also, I don't know, what do you guys think about that? Obviously, things we are good at build our self-esteem, but I never even considered that to be a part of my self-esteem. in that, and actually, and I guess someone telling me that I wasn't good at it obviously hurt me, but I don't like, not hurt me, but affected me. But I don't consciously feel like it should have affected me, right? Like, I have this another thing. I have recently, YouTube sent me a little message. That was YouTube sending me a message. Sent me a message asking, or telling me I can sign up my videos for ads or whatever. Can add ads onto my videos or whatever, and gain like monetary stuff from it. I probably don't get that many hits on my videos. I'll probably make 4 cents in a year, but it kind of, it made me feel like, because at school, if you guys know, I go to school with XY Powerpot, or Darian, if you guys know his first name, and he is kind of known as the YouTube guy. Like, we'll have meetings and demonstrations, and people will bring up one of his videos, and he talks to young LGBTQ students all the time, and blah blah blah, and he gets awards, and he's like the go-to guy if you ever have a question about YouTube or something. And and being that I was on YouTube for almost all my senior year, I even had a channel before this channel that I was working on videos, which was really bad. But and that was something that I kind of took pride in high school. People knew me as the I don't know, Sean makes vlogs on YouTube. Oh my god, like 4 people follow me. But it was definitely something that built my self-esteem, and coming into college, kind of having that, not having that leg to stand on anymore, caused some insecurities. So when I got this message, I felt good. I was like, oh, I feel vindicated for things, and maybe now people will see, oh wait, Sean makes money off of it too? Oh no way, blah blah blah. He must be some hot stuff. But I mean, really, I'm not hot stuff, obviously, with YouTube. I mean, thank you guys for watching, and I love that I have this medium to talk about feelings and thoughts and stuff. But like, I'm not gonna make any money off of this or anything, right? I'm not delusional. But yeah, so it's really interesting how things from our past can affect our self-esteem now, even in both, it can affect our, I don't want to have to edit this. So it's very interesting how things from our past can affect our self-esteem now, and like something like the accent, which I haven't brought up for the longest time, could go in and get me on such a can go in and affect me, my self-esteem, than to something that's a little more recent, but I've accepted as no longer being a crutch, to still kind of want to be a crutch for my self-esteem in a way. Sorry if this is shaking, I'm on the bed. But yeah, other than that, I want to talk about thrift stores and good vibes and stuff. See, I love going to thrift stores. I got this at a thrift store. I got most of my clothes at a thrift store, to be honest. I love them. I love the concept of reusing old clothes. I love the concept of cheap clothes, because I'm a college student and money is tight. These are all things I love, and I went out thrifting with my friend Lauren the other day, and although I didn't have any money, we still had a great time going through stuff and whatnot, and she found some good stuff, and I was talking to her about how her mother, she doesn't think of herself as like a thrift store expert, but she knows a lot of thrift stores, and she goes thrifting a lot, and that kind of a thing. But my mother hates it. She does not like any kind of idea of wearing someone else's clothing. she feels that it like traps their bad vibes, and if they were a bad person, it's gonna affect you. If they were like a dirty or perverse person, that's gonna affect you on some kind of a level, and using other people's, same goes for like dishes and things that you should never reuse, that kind of stuff. And so I thought that was very interesting to like separating views. I mean, one is better for, so like when I go out thrifting and things, I can never tell my mother that I went thrifting. Or when I get new clothes, no, there was just a clearance sale at this store, I promise, blah blah blah, you know, because I don't want her to freak out or scold me, because it was really bad once we were in a thrift store and she was getting like some furniture, because apparently that's okay, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go look at these jeans, and she's like, what are you doing? Why would you look at these jeans? What are you doing? Blah 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 blah. And I was like, whoa, woman, calm down. And because I'm Jamaican, and so that was the little fight, and so since then I never really mentioned it. But what do you guys think about thrift stores? Are they just a really good idea, or are they, because you know, you're also giving to charity, which is great. Usually, sometimes they're like boutiques that are just, you know, self-profit, but yeah, so yeah, what do you guys think about them? Good idea? Great idea? Or really nasty thing that you could never imagine wearing someone else's clothes? Yeah, so that's it for today, so this video doesn't drag on forever. I will talk to you all later. Bye. Oh, and if you're new, hi! I don't plan on going anywhere. See ya.